Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, specifically Ethereum. See what's going on, if the market has gone bullish or if we're being faked out. I'm going to try to determine that right here in this video. Got a lot of things happened yesterday. Fed raised rates. We got the GDP. It's going to have a second quarter of negative GDP. So you know what that means? That must mean that the United States is in a recession. No, it's not. The Fed's actually right. They're not in a recession. They haven't changed anything. They're actually not in a recession. As a matter of fact, I was watching a video yesterday. It's from UCLA. I can't remember the name of it. If you guys want to know about it, it's a very, very boring video. It's a very, very technical video. This guy was coming and explaining. He was a professor. He looked like he was about 70, maybe even 80 years old. He was having a hard time remembering stuff. Like, he was talking about the charts. Like, I can't see the charts. What's it say down there? Stuff like that. You know, he's so old, been studying economies for 50, 60 years probably. And this guy's saying the same thing. The United States is not in a recession yet, but he said it is coming up, how he puts it. He uses expansion and contraction. He's like, we're coming up to the end of the expansion phase, and we're probably going to be going into contraction phase. Expanding meaning the economy is expanding, and now the economy is going to be contracting. That's what he was saying. So it's going to be vitally important on my FOMO fifth wave theory, which is really not a theory. If you just take a look at the assets, they're missing a fifth leg. So technically, you can call it a theory, but I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. I think it's going to happen. But once it goes up, Ethereum goes way up there, guys, to the, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8,000, maybe something like that. You're going to want to make sure you're out. You are going to want to make sure you're out. All right, guys, that's going to be really, really important on this run. Really, really important. Now, here's the deal. The DXY, I'm looking at this on the 8-hour chart. You can see you can get a little bit different picture with the divergence on the 8-hour chart. Some people think it's done right there. I don't know, guys. I don't know about that. I think there's one more push. If they come out here to the daily on the DXY, you can see that could be a third wave peak. Now, maybe this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's done. I don't think so, guys. I think there's one more push on the DXY, possibly. I know Gareth Soloway thinks it's done. Gareth Soloway likes that DXY. I like Gareth Soloway only because he pays attention to the DXY. That's one of the reasons why I like them. Other than that, you should read between the lines with Gareth Soloway, right? It says Bitcoin's going down to 12,000, but he's buying Bitcoin at 19. So you know what that means? You know what that means, guys? He doesn't really know if it's going down to 12,000. He's just taking this trend line, putting on the chart, and going from point A to point B, and then moving that trend line to another spot, going, see, guys, it's going to 12,000. Don't you just wish TA was that simple, guys? Well, that's simple, right? Oh, it's just, one trend line is going to show you where Bitcoin's going to go. Come on, man. Think about it. So, all right, here we go. DXY, one more push. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe the DXY is done. Maybe it is done, guys. So let's go over Ethereum and check out Ethereum, guys. So here's the deal with Ethereum. Look at that. Ethereum made it. It broke that high. And it has divergence right there, guys. That's good news for Ethereum. That's good news. Okay, so you have bearish divergence. So it's probably going to be up there for a little while, possibly. But that divergence will get resolved. So it's going to come back around, okay? But here's the deal. We can break this down. This actually looks pretty good on Ethereum, guys. You got a 1. This is a 2. And then your 3 probably ended right there. This is a 4, and then up for a 5, like so. And that makes sense to me now because I had a concern. We're going over this. This was my concern with this move right here. It took so long. Okay, I did not like the fact that move took so long. If you think about it, how long did that move take? From here to there, it took 17 days. Okay. And I'm like, why is the second wave taking that long? But if you take a look at the structure, it did it backwards. Usually the fourth wave is a long wave. But if you see right here, wave 1, 2 was the fourth wave position. So they flip-flopped. Okay. Typically the fourth wave is the one that takes the long time. It takes a long time. So you can see they switch. So here's your second. It's the one that dragged out, and the fourth wave was just a boom, boom. It was the quick wave. So it switched. So that's why it's important to let sequences play out before you you get into them, guys. That's why that's important. Let it play out. Okay. So there's no reason to get Ethereum now. Obviously, this is a short area actually for Ethereum, guys. And here's where you start looking for shorts. You know, in this 12-hour chart, it's up pretty decent, and this would be an area up here that you could possibly do that if you're looking into doing something like that. So here's the deal with Ethereum. If this is bullish, here's one, and then it's going to correct into a two, like so. Okay. Probably have a little bit more time for it to push up a little bit more, and then it can go into that swing. So, I mean, it looks pretty good with Ethereum. Can you call that a diagonal? You really can't technically, because the fourth wave didn't come in the price territory of wave one. Okay. But it does have wimpy. If I take a look at this, if I use it with, let me go without the wicks. I'll show you. If you go without the wicks, it did hit 1.618. You know, you put it in with the wicks, and then, you know, it's just 1-to-1. So it's a tricky move technically. It's bullish. It's bullish, but it's a tricky move. And I think one of the things that's going on is there's so much uncertainty and apprehension in the market that, you know, nobody's really believing anything right now. There's so many people on Twitter, they're so sure this is a fake out, it's going back down, I'm placing my shorts, and, you know, the same old thing typically that's going on with crypto Twitter. But let's look at some more evidence. And the other evidence we have is called BNB, which is an asset. It's right behind. It's Ethereum is the biggest asset of the altcoins, and the second biggest is this one, BNB, or Binance coin. Nobody likes, so I don't make only videos about Binance because nobody will watch it because they don't like this coin. But this is actually a lot better information with Binance confirming that. So with Binance, it's making a struggle right there to make it, but it's good. You have candle body, you have a candle body above those wicks, so it's good. So example, if you take it off, you know, out the candle bodies, you can see that it made it. Okay, so that's good for Binance coin. It was a struggle for it, but it did make a nice, what I'd say, a diagonal. Same thing with Ethereum. This is a diagonal, because if you take wave one of here for two, up for a three, and then the fourth went in the price territory of wave one, right in that area about, guys. Okay, so whether the one probably ended there, you can see, but you take a trend line like right in that area and bring it over, you can see that's usually typical diagonal to make that move. And then it completed that fifth, giving you, if you check it out right here, you got your divergence, your bearish divergence in this area. So there's a really good shot, like I said before, that the correction was probably over for this coin, Binance coin. And now what it's going to be doing, you want to check for, is complete that first wave and see where this second wave is going to correct. So really, guys, I mean, you're not out of the woods yet. You're not out of the woods yet. You want to see what this is going to correct to, and where it's going to correct to, and the moves off of that. You know, at a minimum, it's an A and then B and then a C, but that would be a massive move. It wouldn't make sense. So let's take a look at the whole big picture with Binance coin out at the, let me go to a 3-day chart. Here's a 3-day chart on Binance coin, right? Okay. I'll go over Ethereum too. I'm almost done with Binance coin, guys. So, you know, Binance coin's wave right here didn't bust this wave. It's not a fifth wave. So Binance coin is missing a fifth wave right here, guys. It's missing a fifth wave. This is one of the reasons why I'm sticking with my FOMO fifth wave theory. It's missing a fifth wave. It's plainly obvious to me that it is. Here's your third wave peak. Here's the fifth of the third, and it came back around for a fourth, and it's deep in the RSI, really deep, took everything out almost on a 3-day chart, almost took everything out for a fourth wave to push up onto that fifth wave. Go back to Ethereum, and, you know, it looks good too, guys. You know, down here in the weekly, it took the first wave out, and it took everything out over here. That's the 2018 bear market. It took everything out. Here's the third wave peak. A lot of people, here's the A lot of people are calling that a fifth wave, guys. I don't believe that. I think it's part of the correction. It's over here. So, you know, you're going to have some people that are going to go like this, and this is a possibility, guys. This is a possibility. There's some people who are going to say it's a fake out. This, if that's a impulse move, you know, and then Ethereum's going to do, it's an A, okay, at a minimum. It'll come down for a B, and it's going to do a C. So you could see price targets of, you know, way up there too. So now let's say, is this going to look decent for Ethereum? Just take a look at that and on this correction. So like this is the 1, 2 down like that, and then back down. You know, does that look decent? Not really to me. Not really to me, guys. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. This is what I think is probably going to be happening, guys. So it's right here. 1, 2, here's your 3, and maybe the 4 is done right there and go for a 5. So, you know, I mean, if it's done right there, technically I gotta switch this channel. You know, I gotta move the channel to the right spot if it's done right there. And then just like so, get that lined up. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then, I mean, technically, according to channeling, you know, you'd be looking at something like this, guys, you know, 1, 2, and then 6,000 and possibly, you know, up in those areas. That's a possibility, guys. That is a possibility with the, with Ethereum, you know. I have it right there at 62, more or less, is a target that I have right now for Ethereum. That's a possibility. You want to think about it. This FOMO fifth wave is going to be popping in. Now, here's the other thing is too, guys, is that Bitcoin is being a wimp. Bitcoin is being a wimp, guys. I don't, you know, I'm trying to say, okay, what's going on here with Bitcoin? Because it does not have a sequence that's complete. It doesn't. So, you know, if it finishes it could be okay. If it was able to squeeze this out like this, guys. So here would be your 1, your 2, and your 3, 4, and then it's got to squeeze out a 5. So Bitcoin needs to break those highs and get up there 25,000 to make a move like that. As far as the diagonal is, it's bearish. It's bearish. That fourth came way deep. It came way deep into the price territory down here. So there's something going on with Bitcoin. It's just it's not as bullish as obviously Ethereum. So, you know, the only thing that I could think with Bitcoin that's going on with it is that it's a bigger asset, and you need a lot bigger investors to get into it, and maybe just the uncertainty in the market, and, you know, the Fed meeting, and then the GDP, and everybody thinking that, you know, the bigger maybe the bigger players, or, you know, less of the smart money is just not getting into Bitcoin quite yet. They're still on waiting. They're still in a waiting pattern to see what's going on. So, but I mean, Bitcoin needs to make that push up right there, guys. Bitcoin needs to go up, you know, another 10%. Bitcoin needs to make another 10% move, guys. So that could be a 3-wave swing that it's going to make right there, possibly. You know, it could do something like this, guys, and just bust it out. So this is the only one that's a little bit concerning for me right now. I'm not going to say, you know, this Bitcoin, but the overall picture for Bitcoin. Let me go out to a weekly chart. You know, is that correction over? I'm going to show you something too. I was looking at my video yesterday, guys, and you know, I was doing that trend-based fib time, and this is one thing that I noticed when I was doing it. If you take the start of wave 1 and go to the end of wave 1, the trend-based fib time is at 1.38. And I was noticing this over here. If I go with the start of wave 3 to the end of wave 3, depending on where you want to put it, could be there or there. But basically, you see, look at that leg right there, guys. It's right on the 1.38. So maybe that is telling us that confluence, that was a low. at least a significant low right there. This is 1.38 of that leg. Here's the third wave, and here's this 1.38 of that leg. That's something to think about. That's just something to think about. So I was just looking at that, and then, you know, maybe this is done. It could be. It's just slow to start off. Slow to start off with Bitcoin, guys. So there's just my thoughts, what's going on. But yeah, I'm still at the end of the day, no matter how this susses itself out, guys, I'm still of the FOMO fifth wave. Is Bitcoin is missing a fifth wave. Bitcoin is missing a fifth wave. And can this go up like this while the Fed's raising rates? As a matter of fact, I think the Fed's getting more dovish. You know, it's not going to really say what their plan is. You know, I mean, like he said that they're reducing their balance sheet. They're not reducing their balance sheet. As far as I can tell, they're not reducing it at all. That's what they keep saying, though. They're playing a tough game publicly, but what are they really doing? So, just food for thought, guys. That's the end of my videos, putting everything together. I think that now's the time to be paying attention. Make sure you start getting into some assets, start planning appropriately, and then when it does do this move, guys, it's going to be this correction over here. Once Bitcoin and the markets are done with this move up here, this right here, you're going to want to make sure you're out completely. There's not going to be any point of hodling through this. Okay, even if you know, even if you believe that Bitcoin is going to be at $500,000 down the road, and there's a really good possibility that's going to be happening, in my opinion. However, going through this and watching your bag go down, 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 down is very painful. Made it all the way to the end of my video. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.